Living world, chapter 1. What is living? Diversity will understand what diversity in the living world. Taxonomy category, taxonomical aids will understand that. How wonderful is the living world? The wide range of living type is amazing. The extraordinary habitats in which we find living organisms. We could find organisms in cold mountains, deciduous forest, ocean, freshwater lakes, deserts, and or hot springs leave us speechless. The beauty of a galloping horse, of the migrating birds, the belly of flowers, or the attacking shark evokes a way and a deep sense of wonder. The ecological conflict and cooperation among members of a population and among population of a community, or even the molecular traffic inside a cell make us deeply reflect on what indeed of life. The question has two implicit questions within it. First is a technical one and six answer to what living is opposed to non-living. First will most answer that what is difference between living and non-living. Second is the philosophical one. Sixth answer to what the purpose of life is. As scientists, we shall not attempt answering the second question. We will try to reflect on. So we will discuss what is living being, what are the feature of a living being, what are the processes involved in living beings. First, in first answer, differentiate between living things and non-living things. Second, what are the processes involved in living beings. This is the introduction part. Now, what is living? First, we will understand what is living. When you try to define living, we conventionally look for distinctive characteristics exhibited by living organisms. So, while we define living, we say that as in living organism, growth, reproduction, ability to sense environment, mount a suitable response come to our mind. What are comes to my mind as a living being? There must be is their growth, reproduction, ability to sense environment, and suitable response come to our mind immediately as unique feature of a living organism. One can add a few more features like metabolism. Metabolism means anabolism and catabolism. Means when we eat food, the energy is created. It is anabolism. And when during work, while we do work or the organs work, your energy is utilized. That is catabolism. So mixture of anabolism and catabolism is metabolism. Ability to self-replicate. Replicate means duplicate, replicate. That means DNA replicate. DNA replicates. Self-organize, interact, and emergence to this list. These are the you can add the sum of feature of a living. Let us try to understand what are the meanings. Self-replicate, metabolism. This will understand very deeply. All living organisms grow. Growth, first was growth. So increase in mass, increase in number of individuals are twin characteristics of growth. Growth means increase in mass, your weight increased, and increase in number of individuals. Increase in number of individuals in cells. Number of cells increase. A multicellular organism grows by cell division in plant. Grows by cell division. A multicellular division grows by means of cell division. His cell number increases. In plants, the growth by cell division occurs continuously throughout their lifespan. In plant also, the cell division occurs continuously till their death. Till during the lifespan, there continuous growth of the cell division. In animals, the growth is seen only up to a certain age. But in animals, the growth cell division is up to a certain age. That means up to 18 or 21. In boys, normally it is 21. Or in female, it is 20 or 19. Something that. However, cell division occurs in certain tissues that replace lost cell. So, cell division in cell division, what happens? There is some tissue. that replace the dead cells and initiate the new cells in that place. Unicellular organisms grow by cell division. Also, the unicellular organism also grow. They have also cell division. One can easily observe this in vitro culture by simply counting the number of cells under the microscope. We can easily observe how the cell division occurs in vitro culture. In vitro culture. It is an in vitro culture. We will discuss in next session what is in vitro culture. In majority of higher animal and plant, growth and reproduction are mutually exclusive events. In higher animal and plants, growth and reproduction, that means growth and reproduction are all essential. One must remember that increase in body mass is considered as growth. We consider that when our mass 10 kg, 20 kg, 40 kg, 50 kg, if weight increases, we consider that it as a growth. But non-living objects also grow if you take increasing body mass as a criterion for growth. So, if we think that if body mass changes, we can say it growth. Then in a box there is 10 kg, 10 kilogram goods, and we will add 10 kilogram more goods. Then the body weight of that box increases. So we can say that it is living. No, we cannot say that it is living. So, hmm, non-living objects also, that means it is mountain, boulders and sand mounds do grow. However, this kind of growth exhibited by non-living organ by accumulation of material on the surface. Yes, in living organism growth is from inside. In non-living things growth is from outside. Like in the small box there is 10 kilogram goods, we added 10 kilogram. That is from outside we increase that weight, their mass. But in living thing, the growth happens by cell division inside our body, inside the body. Growth therefore cannot be taken as a defining property of living organism. We cannot say that a living organism means growth happens. Growth happens in also non-living things. So we cannot say that growth is the only feature of a living organism. Conditions under which it can be observed in all living organisms have to be explained. Then we understand that it is a characteristic of living system. A dead organism does not grow. We observe that what are the conditions in all living organism is their growth. How the growth happens. So, while understanding all the concepts, we could conclude that yes, growth is a feature of a living organism. And dead organisms does not grow. Only increase their mass, but it does not grow. You cannot say the increase in mass is the feature of growth. It is not the growth. It is increase in mass. But we have growth inside our cell body. Reproduction, it is the growth. You understand? Now reproduction. Reproduction likewise is a characteristic of living organism. In multicellular organism, reproduction refers to the production of progeny processing features more or less similar to those of parents invariably. What? Reproduction. Reproduction means production and again production. Repeatedly production. It is called a reproduction. Fasting. That means production is there. What is the progeny possessing features? That means a progeny form from the parent cell. That means whatever the parent cell, the progeny cell is like that way, like the same characteristics. So, in reproduction, a mother cell or a parent cell gives rise to progeny cells. And the progeny cells have the same character, same feature like the parent cell. And those are parents. And implicitly we refer to sexual reproduction. In sexual reproduction, normally parent cell gives to progeny cell. We will understand sexual reproduction. Organisms reproduce by asexual means, fungi multiply. There is also reproduction asexually also. Like in flowering plants, fungi also multiply and spread easily during the million of asexual spores they produce. In lower organisms like yeast and hydra, we observe budding. In yeast and hydra, there is budding. We already learnt in class 10. In planaria, flatworm, we observe true regeneration. That is a fragmented organism regenerates the lost part of body. A lost part also become a organ in planaria. The fungi, the filamentous algae, the protonema of mosses all easily multiply by fragmentations. Fragmentation part there will be there. We already learnt in class 10th also. So we will not discuss that here. It comes to unicellular organism like bacteria, unicellular algae or amoeba, reproduction is synonymous with growth. That means increase the number of cells. We have already defined growth as equivalent to increase in cell number of or mass. So number of cell increases and mass also increases. Here we notice that in single cell organism we are not very clear about the uses of these two terms, growth and reproduction. So in single cell, in a unicellular organism, it is a very hard task to define the growth and reproduction. But in multicellular organism, there are many organisms who do not reproduce. Moles, sterile, worker bees, infertile human couples. Hence, reproduction also cannot be all in. So, we cannot say that reproduction is feature of a living organism. Because there is also some animals or there is some no, animals that cannot fertilize, that they cannot reproduce. They are also living beings. But how you can say that they are the reproduction is the feature? Because there is not reproduction like the in working bee. So, it is not an organism. Is it not an organism? It is an organism. So we cannot say that reproduction is the only feature of a living organism that may reproduce or it may not reproduce, but it is an organism. Of course, no living organism is already, yes, we know that, but non-living things cannot reproduce themselves. Another characteristic is metabolism. Another, we also we read that growth, reproduction. Now we'll understand metabolism. What is metabolism? All living organisms are made of chemicals. There are chemicals. These chemicals, small, big, belonging to various classes, size, function, etc., are constantly being made, another changed into some other biomolecule. These conversations are chemical reaction or metabolic reaction. We have some classes, sizes, function. These are the metabolic reactions are happening in our body. There are thousands of metabolic reactions occurring simultaneously inside all living organisms. Thousands of metabolic reactions happening. That means chemical reactions happening in living organisms. Be the unicellular or multicellular. All plant animals, fungi and microbes exhibit metabolism. All the living organisms exhibit metabolism. The sum total of all chemical reaction occurring in our body is metabolism. We already said that anabolism, catabolism. So all the chemical reaction happening in our body, it is metabolism. No non-living object metabolism. No non-living object. That means non-living things cannot exhibit. So metabolism. Metabolic reaction can be demonstrated outside the body in cell-free system. Metabolic reaction, what happens? It can be cell-free system. An isolated metabolic reaction outside the body of an organism performed in a test tube is neither living or non-living. That's the metabolic reaction we do in laboratory. It is neither a living nor a non-living. Hence, while metabolism is a defining feature for all living organisms without exception, isolated metabolic reactions in vitro are not living things but surely living reactions. In vitro means in laboratory, in some culture we do experiment. This is in vitro culture. So we say that cellular organization of the body is the defining feature of a life formation. That the cell inside the living organism, their organization, their arrangement, it is the life form. It is the picture of a life form. In the next session, this is the introduction class. So we will listen. We will learn this, and in next session we will learn more. Okay.